Your business needs a brand strategy. And the reason I say that is because a brand strategy drives everything else that your business does. Now, I want to define some terms here because I think a lot of people don't truly understand what a brand is. And so they don't understand what a brand strategy is or why they need it in their business. I love the way that Marty Neumeier defines a brand because it is the gut feeling that people have about you, your business, and your product. A brand strategy then is what is that unique value you bring to the market and that perception or that gut feeling you want to induce within them or you want to invoke within them. And so a brand strategy literally sits at the top of your company. It kind of looks like this. You have a brand strategy. You have a business strategy. Your brand is the customer-facing side of your business strategy. So while your business strategy defines things like operations and the market you're going to play in and all those kind of things, a brand strategy defines anything that relates to your customer, anything that they are going to interact with, anything that they're going to touch. Your product, your offer, your marketing, your sales, the messaging you bring to the market, all of your content, your customer service and support, your finance, your pricing, even your operations, how you fulfill the promise that you make. A brand strategy defines all of that in a way that answers the most important question that every customer is asking. Why you? You might look at this as almost your differentiation. What makes you unique in the market is really what a brand strategy is answering. It's making that decision to say, this is what we're bringing to the market, for whom and how. That's what a brand strategy uncovers. And the reason you need one for your business is it gives you the direction to know everything else to do. So let me give you an example of what I mean by a brand strategy. One of my clients is in the IoT space. They do IoT remote monitoring. Their brand strategy, the unique value that they bring to the market, is to create prioritized to-do lists out of the data they pull from OEM equipment. Now that might not seem exciting to you. That might not seem like, oh, that doesn't matter to me, because you're not their ideal customer. What this brand strategy has defined is who are their ideal customers. They are OEM manufacturers that need to understand the data that comes from their machines. And they know that unique value they bring to the market. It is this prioritized to-do list. So they don't just give them data, they help them understand the data. And what does that data mean for their business? That's the unique value that they bring. That's their brand strategy. And once you have that in place, it dictates everything else you do. So it defines what they should do in their sales. It defines what they should do in their marketing. It defines what they should do in operations. It defines their pricing. It defines their content. Everything they do as a company revolves around this brand strategy. So if they decide to bring a new offer to the market, they run it through this brand strategy and say, does this new offer match what we're bringing to the market? And if it doesn't, it's not an offer that they build on. It's not an offer they actually launch into the market. You need to understand your brand strategy. Now, let me give you some examples or some key elements that are in a brand strategy. You see, ultimately, a brand strategy is a statement, one that defines the unique value you bring to the market, for whom and how. And one of the ways that we develop this for our clients is using this template. Our brand is the only category that provides a unique value. And I know my handwriting sucks. This is the template for a brand strategy statement. My brand, our brands, insert your brand name, is the only category. Where are you going to play? Are you an IoT remote monitoring company? Are you a communications agency? Are you a brand positioning agency? Are you a content agency? Are you a juicing company? Are you a laundromat? What are you? How are you going to define that? That brings what unique value to the market? And then you can add for whom. Who do you do that for? Because a brand strategy is helping you to nail down who you're for and who you're not for. So if you can take all of this information, the unique value you bring to the market, the category you're going to play in, the ideal customers you're going to work with, and if you can get that down into a statement, you have a brand strategy. Because ultimately, this is your strategy. But this is not enough. I can write a statement for you, give it to you, and tell you, here's your brand strategy. But until you implement this, it's just a wish. It's something you say, I wish we were this, until you put action to it. It's why most brand strategies will come with things like messaging. How do you communicate this to your ideal customers? What's that tagline you're going to use? What's the customer vision? What's the value that you bring? What's the transformation you bring? All the messaging that you need. It's why it sometimes includes personality. Because if this is the unique value you're bringing to the market, how are you going to connect with these people? What personality do they need to see from you in order to trust you? It's why I'm sassy in all of my content. Because one of the key things we found in our brand strategy is that our ideal customers are looking for a company that can call them out on their shit. Meaning they want someone who isn't just a yes man. Someone who can say, look, I know you think that's the right direction to go, but you're being an idiot right now. This is where you need to go. And the personality that helps communicate that is sarcasm and sass. It's saying, I don't care what you think about me. I don't care if you think that's right. I'm going to poke fun at it because you're wrong. It's why Sassy Jason exists, because of our brand strategy. It's also going to be the touch points. What are you going to do throughout marketing, sales, and operations to help people feel this unique value? It also defines your sales efforts. How are you going to set up sales? What are your sales strategy? How are you going to function? Are you going to do outbound? Are you going to do inbound? What does that look like? It defines your operations. How are you going to deliver this unique value? It's why it includes design, because design builds a perception and it helps people, the right people, connect with you so that they feel the unique value you bring to the market. This statement is your brand strategy. Everything else that you know of brand, the feeling, the perception, the personality, the design, the messaging, the touch points, the story, all of that should exist to help people understand the unique value you bring to the market. When you have this in place, when you have a brand strategy, it brings the clarity that you need to make every single business decision that you need to make. Should you run Google ads? Your brand strategy will tell you. Should you create content on LinkedIn? Your brand strategy will tell you. Should you launch a new lead magnet? Your brand strategy will tell you. Should you launch that new product or service? Your brand strategy will tell you. Every decision you need to make in your business will be defined and answered by your brand strategy. If you feel like you don't have the answers to push your business forward, it's because you don't have a brand strategy. Get one. Take the time and the energy to write this brand strategy statement and watch everything else in your business fall in line.